American Airlines Arena in downtown Miami, Florida. 2K Sports is proud to present NBA basketball. Alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And it's the Pistons to start out. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, KCP and Josh Smith. Monroe and Drummond there inside. And it's Jennings in at the 1 spot. Now here's Jennings. Here's Smith. Off target with the jump hook.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release. Well, 2 seasons ago, the Heat were rolling. They won a franchise record 66 games. 27 of those came consecutively. Last season, they managed the regular season. They knew they had to pace themselves in an effort to try to win a 3rd straight championship.
Now here's Wade after the miss from Andre Drummond. Offensive rebound. Out to Wade. The dish now to Chalmers. Outside Dang. To the left wing. Drummond working against Bosch. He dishes it to McRoberts. Another shot. Good, and it's Bosch picking up the assist.
And they get the first bucket of the game there.
And I think it's going to be a good one.
Jennings against Chalmers. Smith the pass to Jennings. Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Drills the three-pointer.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Chalmers kicks to Wade. Chalmers with the screen for Wade. It's deflected. Smith against Dang. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wade. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Jennings against Chalmers. And there's the feed to Monroe. Fade away, and the shot is good. Monroe's got his first 2 points.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
And here is Chalmers. Outside Dang. Passes it to McRoberts. There's a screen. High post try. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. The Pistons have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And there's the pass to Jennings. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Monroe. Drummond trying to get himself free. And Monroe with the basket on the assist by Jennings. The Heat trail by 3. Wade drives in. Drummond with the block. Here's Caldwell Pope. And Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, he can squeeze himself into the box score every now and then.
Here comes Mario Chalmers. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Wade. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Dwayne Wade over the last 4 years adjusted beautifully to playing off the ball alongside LeBron James, and that was not easy, folks. He actually became one of the game's best cutters during that time. Now back to his old ways, playing with the ball in his hands a lot more. Should suit him well.
Miami shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. That one is off. And Wade, still a dynamite finisher around the rim, one of the league's preeminent slashers.
Yeah, he's extremely productive in the pick and roll, able to score and make plays for others with his outstanding vision.
That one misses. You can list off a lot of accolades for Dwayne Wade, but one thing that might get overlooked is just how good he is at throwing the alley-oop pass.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be a surprise since he's so skilled at so many other facets of the game, but he might go down as one of the better alley-oop throwers of all time. Andre Miller's in that category,
yes,
too.
Two very, very good examples. Pistons leading by 5. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, and very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look. With Wade, you look at a lot of the year-end highlights for any season in the past few years, and a lot of them are just him throwing down those majestic-looking alley-oops.
Now, here's Chalmers. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
And one final thing about Wade's alley-oop passes. He can throw them accurately from almost anywhere. I recall one he threw from almost almost the foul line at the other end to LeBron James in a game against the Pacers. As soon as he gets it even near his own half-court line, he's a threat to catch somebody sleeping.
The free throw drops for Chalmers.
Well, Mario Chalmers, coming into last season, made a bet with Ray Allen about how much each could slim down and get in peak shape. Seemed to pay dividends for Chalmers in particular, who had probably the best season of his NBA career.
And so Chalmers nails both of them.
And Chalmers really not the quickest point guard in the league, but he has active hands defensively and pretty good feet. Those takeaways help get the Heat out in the open court, which certainly plays to their strengths.
Now here is Monroe. Hits the jump hook. Monroe's got 6.
Well, I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
And Chalmers, more of a role player for the Heat. Not a huge playmaker, Steve, but he can knock down open threes.
Yeah, he's an efficient scorer, and his passing has gotten better over the last couple of seasons. He's a perfect role player for Miami because he can guard opposing point guards extremely well and then slide off the ball when Wade has it.
Monroe, no good. The Heat trail by 3. Chalmers dishes to Wade. Pass to Day. Wade on the wing. Chalmers passes to Wade. 6 on the shot clock. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. He has 6.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Outside Jennings, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
He'd have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Dishes it to Wade. Outside Dang. Wade on the wing. Clock at 6. Here's Bosch. Drummond with the block. Here's Caldwell Pope. He's got 5. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond with a screen on Wade. In the corner, Smith with it. Wide open. And it falls over the rim and in. And Miami calls their first time out of the game. The Heat trail by 3. Now Chalmers. On the wing, Dang. Bosch heads the pick for Dang. Back to Chalmers. Wade drives in from down in the low post. It goes. Wade's got 8 points.
You know, guys, that's what he does. He just loves to play that kind of attacking basketball.
Earlier, Doris Burke spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. And what'd you find out, Doris?
We discussed their game plan defensively, and he mentioned that controlling Greg Monroe will be crucial. He said Monroe is a guy who can score inside, rebounds well, and his passing really sets him apart. Their offense runs best when it goes through his hands, so pressuring him and staying vigilant is essential for us. Guys, can they slow him down?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Here's Chalmers, following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Outside Bosch. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Well, it's been a while since Motor City has seen the playoffs on the basketball court. It just appears as though they've been stuck in neutral the last few seasons.
The Heat trail by 5. Wade outside. They set the pick. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick. Wade's got 10 points.
Risky shot there. Size-wise, I mean, he easily comes out on the short end of the stick, so to speak.
With the nice high release, he had no problem getting it off and knocking it down.
Now here's Jennings. Kicks to Drummond. And there's the call on Bosch. That's his first foul. And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And a different look here for the Pistons. Jerebko's checked in for Drummond. Butler comes in for Smith. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Here's Jerebko. Here's Butler. Can't get it to go. Granger with the defensive effort. Passes it to Napier. Now Haslem inside. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Monroe.
Well, the Miami Heat, since the Big Three assembled, have been a polarizing team. Some fans rooted for them, others rooted against them. Either way, they've been an incredible story for the league and have become just a huge draw around the NBA.
And now with the Big Three era coming to an end, Miami not perhaps one of the more hated teams around the NBA, but Clark, they are still at the forefront of the league scene in the East.
And while they might have lost a bunch of the bandwagon fans, by no means is this team finished with being a title threat. There's just too much talent on this roster, and for the first time in a long time, they might enjoy being viewed as underdogs.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
You know, they can't be happy about the job they've done from the foul line to this point.
And you know, the coach can't be happy either.
No, it's not something he can control, though. He can't go out there and make the free throws for him. It's really frustrating when you miss those opportunities, but it's still early. They've got time to get it changed.
Now here's Granger, following the shot by Caron Butler. Augustine with it. He kicks it to Meeks. He feeds it to Augustine. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Butler from the arc. Butler missing again. Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Granger right side. Cole dishes to Granger. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Augustine. To the wing on the left. 6 to shoot. Here's Meeks. The rebound by Anderson.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
Cole. Napier passes to Cole. The kick out to Anderson. To the right side. Granger against Butler. Haslem a screen on Butler. The drive by Granger. The game now all-time. Granger's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
And Meeks kicks to Augustine. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Meeks. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Looking to end the drought. Misses off the right iron.
You know, that's a problem he has. I mean, not being able to knock down that open jumper. I think it happens far too often.
They get it back. The shot's good from Granger.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
Here's Augustine after Danny Granger's bucket. Miami grabs the miss. Granger's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The pass to Napier. Here's Cole. There's a good screen. Pass to Napier. Down low. Deflects the pass. And Anderson slams it in.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
Pistons trail by 4. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
The dish to Jerebko. Shoots from the line, and it's Miami with the rebound. Cole, the pass to Anderson, and the layup's good off the glass. And it's a 6-point Heat lead. Here's Augustine. The shot misses. And so the first quarter is in the books. Heat lead by 6. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And when you consider how the Heat are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
And the key has been the second chance points. You look at this team, the hustle that they play with, very impressive in that first quarter.
Well, it's showing up on the scoreboard. I mean, you get second chance points like that, it can add to your totals and also demoralize your opponent.
Heat leading by 6. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. On the court for the Heat, Norris Cole and Dwayne Wade combine at guard. Anderson is out there with Danny Granger, and it's Dang in at the 3 spot. Well, you knew that Andre Drummond was oozing with potential, but that P word, potential, you know, can quite often be as much of a curse, Clark, as it is a boon. But he just blossomed last year.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, with the way he moves around the floor at his size, you had to know that if he started to put it all together, he would be a game-changing talent, and he showed flashes of that and made a big leap last season.
And here are the Heat now after the basket by Detroit. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Anderson, a screen on Augustine, just 5 on the clock. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. And the Heat with some changes. Wash comes in for Anderson, and Josh McRoberts subbed in for Danny Granger. And then for Detroit, Josh Smith, he's checked in for Jerebko. And it's Jennings in for Augustine. Here is Jennings. And he's going up for the alley-oop, and it's Drummond with the jam.
You could see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. A pair of teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make in a close game, a potential momentum builder.
Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, as you know, Dwayne Wade has one of the best pump fakes in the NBA, and he'll tell you he picked it up from Sam Cassell. Of course, you remember Sam was playing in Milwaukee when Wade was at Marquette in the same town. Wade knows how hard it is to deal with pump fakes. I bite too, not as much, but guys get me. I get mad every time because I'm like, that's my move. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, isn't he? Thank you, Doris.
You know, Josh Smith is a very talented player, but if you have to pick his game apart, he's a bit of a tweener. You know, he's not really a power forward in a traditional sense, but not a three-man either. He's an athlete who can do a lot of different things, but so much depends on the players he has around him. It needs to be the right fit.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Miami. Good on the second free throw. And with Smith playing at the 4, it used to be a luxury as he can defend players with his reach, but now, Clark, it's almost a necessity as he gets older, and his shot from outside isn't what it needs to be.
Well, in the modern NBA, Kevin, you know this as well as I do, you got to have perimeter threats, and if you play him at the 3, it can put you at a real disadvantage.
Bynum dishes to Smith. Outside Dang. Bynum with the steal. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Into Smith. Outside for Martin. Plenty of space. It's good. The assist that time from Smith.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
The Heat leading by 5. Wade outside. Outside Dang. He dishes it to McRoberts. 6 to shoot. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McRoberts has got the lead up to 7 now for Miami. The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside Jennings. The feed to Bynum. It's tipped. Stolen by Bosch. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Pulls up from the corner. And too long on the shot. Pistons trail by 7. Martin kicks to Smith. Pass to Jennings. Dishes to Bynum. Tries to save it. And now it's Dang running. Here we go. All the way. Throws down the breakaway jam.
You know, he can be a little awkward with the ball sometimes when it's in his hands, but not that time.
Why do you think it is we don't see more of those out of him, Steve?
I don't know. I mean, he's certainly got the size. He just lacks the confidence, I think, sometimes near the basket.
Now here's Bynum. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Jennings passes to Bynum. It's back to Jennings. 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Good. Jennings has got 5.
Well, the shots are starting to fall a little bit more than they did in the first quarter.
Yeah, they say it's not how you drive, it's how you arrive in golf. Well, a shaky start can be overcome because now they're starting to heat up.
Now here's Wade. He's got 14. Chalmers dishes to McRoberts. Here's Bosch. And good work on the boards, and they pick up the second chance points. And the Heat lead by 8.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
Yeah, that's 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed on good looks right at the rim.
Now here is Smith. 5 points in the game. No good from 11 feet. Now here's Chalmers. Dang with the screen for Chalmers. Bosch a screen on Martin. Off the screen. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Chalmers. And now it's a 10-point Miami lead.
Well, it looks like he's finally found his footing in this game. His first quarter was a real struggle, but he's got it going now.
And now the first timeout called here for Detroit. A different look here for Detroit. Monroe comes in for Andre Drummond. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Will Bynum. Pistons trail by 10. Outside Jennings. Kicks it to Martin.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
There's the screen. And Chalmers kicks to Dang. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. The Pistons have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Jennings kicks to Monroe. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. Monroe's got 8 points.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
The Heat leading by 10. And here is Chalmers. Dang. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Luol Deng was supposed to have a lot more help in Chicago as they got healthy, but injuries struck once again, and they were forced to ship Deng off to help in the next rebuilding project. First time Deng has ever played in a different uniform.
And Luol Deng, Clark, one of only 5 Bulls in history to play in a 10th year with the team, the 4th leading scorer in their franchise's history.
And Kevin, Coach Thibodeau called him the glue of the team, the Velcro guy. But despite everything he'd meant to the organization, his free agency weighed heavily. He refused a significant extension offer, so they felt they had to go in a different direction.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Detroit Pistons, a proud franchise, of course, from 03 to 08, 6 consecutive trips to the Eastern Conference Finals. And Clark in 2004, the NBA title.
But the rebuild process has had its hiccups, Kevin, its speed bumps, if you will, some questionable free agent signings. There's talent there, but this team hasn't quite figured out how to come together.
Now, here's Chalmers. Josh Smith unable to get his shot to go. Back to Chalmers. Shot clock at 6. Here's McRoberts, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Then you look at the Pistons, some great size and athleticism inside, but you know they've lacked the high percentage outside shooting to space the floor offensively.
And you know, for the Pistons last season, you look at the size and shot blocking ability, and you thought that team would be tougher defensively, but that wasn't really the case. I think it has to be attributed to mindset. Those young, big, athletic guys have to become much tougher mentally at the defensive end to be really successful.
And the first one at the line is good.
Miami Heat, a terrific organization from top down, and one thing you notice with these top teams, there's so much continuity, and you talk about that consistent continuity, so important. From the coaches to the front office, they know who they are, what they're about, and how to put players in position to win the ultimate prize.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
And when you look at the Heat, they say they're a development team because of luxury taxes and the like. The Heat have to find players with upside and coach them up. We saw that last year with Greg Oden and Michael Beasley.
He used that pick to get in close. And it's 7 points for Smith.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
The Heat leading by 12. Timeout called, the Heat. At this point of the game, always important to stay focused, and while the coach goes over the game plan, these players are getting a much-needed chance to rehydrate and refuel with Gatorade. And guys, we know the drill well, all 3 of us drinking the Gatorade too.
Yeah, no question.
Right.
I mean, Kevin, people have no idea the fatigue that can set in during a telecast. And so it's important for us to stay hydrated all game long.
Clark, you're always hydrated.
Yeah, I try to be, but it's usually with a combination of H2O and Gatorade.
I love Gatorade. Look at Steve, got the Gatorade shirt on.
Yeah, he's really immersed in the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And even, Clark, with the departure of LeBron this past offseason, you saw many free agents still look to play for the Heat. They're definitely doing something right there.
Yeah, you know, they lost LeBron, who went home, but it wasn't an easy decision for LeBron. Bosh decided to stay, and they had several other free agents go out of their way to play in Miami.
Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Miami. Napier comes in for Dwayne Wade. And a switcher also for Detroit. Jerebko's checked in. Jennings passes to Butler. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Butler's got his first 3 points of the game.
I mean, what are you going to do defensively? He can just rise up and bang down a three ball like that, and they get such separation with the height advantage.
Here's Napier. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble.
Now here's Jennings. 11-point game. Here's Smith. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Smith's got 9 points.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Now Chalmers, right side Dang. Wing shot on the way. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I don't know if it's just me, but he's looked a step slow since the start of the quarter. His shooting has really suffered.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Now, tough call there on that illegal screen.
He didn't look set to me, Steve. I thought that was a good call.
A different look for Miami. Anderson, he's checked in for Bosh. And it's Granger in for Luol Deng. And a switcher also for Detroit. DJ Augustine's checked in for Brandon Jennings. The Heat leading by 9. Here's Napier. Fires the three. And that's collected by Smith. Detroit's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. To the inside. Jerebko kicks to Smith. Shoots a three. And that one's good. Smith's got 12 in the game.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Pistons trail by 8. Augustine with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Smith in the posts, working on Anderson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. So Smith will go to the line. That's on Chris Anderson. Cole's checked in for Miami. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
And the points they're getting in the lane will really help them open up the floor.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
Josh Smith signed by the Pistons last year to that big 4-year, $54 million contract. You know, the fit was problematic, particularly on the front line, trying to play next to Andre Drummond and Greg Monroe. I think it's important for Smith to have shooting around him. Otherwise, teams just sag off and they take away his driving lanes.
That's good. We've got 1:55 left to play here in the half. Passes it to Granger. Here's Napier. Heat moving the ball around. Now here is Haslem. He kicks it to Cole. Just 5 to shoot. Anderson passes to Napier. Augustine grabs the board.
Boy, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Augustine. Caldwell Pope kicks to Butler. He feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Back to Butler. And there's another one for the Pistons. Here's Napier. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Feeds to Granger. Count the bucket. And the Heat lead by 4. 55 seconds left to play in the first half. Augustine passes to Smith. The fader. Can't get it to go. And it's Miami the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Yeah, they've been really strong in the paint, battling the glass. And that's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
And here's Augustine. 24 seconds left in the first half. Now the pass to Caldwell Pope. 4 on the clock. The 10-footer. That's in, and the Miami lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Josh Smith.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Three-pointer Augustine. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter. Heat out front, leading by 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I've got Coach Eric Spoelstra here with me. And, Coach, what are the things you're seeing so far in this game that you'd like to change going forward?
It starts with getting some stops. We've got to play off some misses, and we can't let them force us into 1 or 0 pass possessions. We've got to move the ball over in the half court, help each other with that, but we'd like to get some more in the open.
Eric, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for the third quarter of basketball.